Hey everyone, this is Neil Napier here. Just give me a very quick yes if you can hear me all right and if you can see the screen as well. The screen should be basically a dashboard of InstaSuite. So let me see, who do we have on the call today? We have Ben, Mike, Lawrence, Paige, Mike again, Oliver, Glenn, Peter, Ella, Jeffrey, Myrna, I hope I pronounced that right, Tom, Greg, Hendrik, Daniela, and Ella from Croatia, Danette as well. Perfect, perfect. We do have a lot of people coming in. It was interesting. I was discussing with my colleague today that because we have a lot of Spanish customers as well, not a lot of them might come to this session. But I know that the group right now, the Facebook group, seems very Spanish at the moment because there's a lot of Spanish-speaking customers in there. But we'll see. We'll find a way to. We might create two different groups, just because I think it's easy to learn in a language you're comfortable in, and it's easy to go through the information. But before I get into any of this, please let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. Michael's asking a question. What's the difference between InstaSuite and Profit Builder, Michael, do you mean? Because InstaSuite is a 6-in-1 platform. If you're on the call, you already have it. I'm not going to discuss Profit Builder because I think it's kind of going off track. I want to focus on us today, and I want to focus on you. So we've got Kim from the UK, No from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I've heard good things about it, No. James from London, Peter from the UK, and Myrna from Canada. Jeffrey from Colorado, South Australia says Glenn. Rodney says thanks. That's a good place to be. Paige says Raleigh. Greg says Philly. Oliver says from the UK, hey Oliver, good to see you on the call as well. Mike from Montreal, Canada. German from Spain. That's ironic. Okay, cool. Now let's get into the session today. As I mentioned in the Facebook Live video, this is how the bonus sessions are going to play out. I'm not going to do a complete technical walkthrough, right? So if you're interested in tutorials, this is where you need to go. What I want to focus on in these bonus sessions is the strategy, it's the marketing, it's the sales, it's basically how to improve your results with it. I will give you a little bit of demonstration, so like now I will go in and talk about how to use a particular thing, but my main focus will be on how to get the most impact out of it. Because here's the thing, because of the price point that we had, a lot of people who are just completely new to this have not bought it. I'll be honest with you. And that was our goal, actually. I didn't want to deal with anyone for whom this was one of the first products they were buying, for whom they didn't have a website. For the simple reason that if they come in and ask me a question, that would be a very basic question, which I don't mind answering. But I wanted to work with people who are already on their way to get results. And that's why we kept the price point a little bit higher than usual. So I'm confident that if you're watching this right now, you are more closer to a result than 99% of other people out there. So I don't want to focus on the bare basics. I don't want to tell you what hosting means. I don't want to tell you what an email autoresponder means. I think you understand all of that. I want to show you how it works in InstaSuite, of course, and then I want to tell you how to do it better than what anyone else can do. So I want to take you from that 99% where you are to 99.99%, which is the exclusive group. And again, I'll do that slowly through these bonus sessions. I'll do that through the Facebook group that we are in. I'll do that via emails. But my goal is to help you get to the level where you're consistently making money online, doing what you like to do. Now, Alvin, if it's okay, please also drop a link to our Facebook group in case some people don't have it, the InstaSuite group, that is. And please feel free to join that, and you'll be able to get more hands-on support from me and the team there. Now, just do a quick housekeeping here. So we had a pre-selected schedule about these bonus sessions. I won't be able to keep that because when I was creating that schedule, I didn't realize it was the Easter weekend. And just after having worked on the launch for 7 days flat, I want to spend some time with my wife as well. So instead of holding the session on Saturday, I will be holding the next bonus session on Monday. So Monday, Easter Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern, same time, we'll hold the session then, and I think it will give me enough time to prepare and also share some more things with you. Now, having said that, today's session, I want to focus on two different things. The first thing is the membership sites, how to build them, why should you build them, and what can you do to get the best results out of it. And then same thing with the list builder, with the email autoresponder part, why you should collect leads, which again, I'm sure most of you know, how you should market to your leads, and how you should build trust and build relationship with your leads as well. So as I mentioned, this is not as much a functional training about the software as it is a more strategical training. Is that okay, by the way? Let me know. Is it okay if I focus more on, I wouldn't call it advanced stuff, but more on practical stuff, instead of just showing you how the software works? Because the tutorials are there. If you get stuck, we are there. You know, what I can't tell you ad hoc is how to write a good email, but I can do on this session. So that can't be covered in a tutorial, but I can cover that today. Okay, perfect, perfect. Let me just stand up. Okay, great. So first, let's go into the membership builder part of this platform. The very first thing that you see when you set up, when you log in, you will be asked to create a subdomain name. And when you create that, you can start building stuff into it. Now, if you don't like that subdomain name, don't worry, you can always delete that and create another one instead of that in future. So that's just, again, a little bit of housekeeping things to know. Now, for the membership site, when you first come in, you will have to fill in these details. This title is what people will see right here. So when they are logged into your membership site, this is where the title will go in. This is what Google will see as well. And you can set up a slug too, which means that you can decide that this is the page where users will be able to essentially access the membership site. You can choose a base currency. As you can see, we have some limited currencies. We can add some more in future. We haven't planned on it, but maybe. I think these are quite detailed already. And within the membership display dashboard, you can choose to show only the purchased product or all active products. And I would recommend doing this because this gives you an opportunity to sell in future as well. So let me copy this and I can show you. Let me just go ahead. There we go. So in this case, you're basically showing all the products within the membership site. And that's good because if someone wants to buy something from you that they haven't yet, they can do so here. There's another button that appears here. It says purchase, and people can buy product from you there. Different things here. Again, I think the only thing I can tell you is that you wouldn't otherwise perhaps get from somewhere is, let me see, this one, after logout redirect. So when people log out, where do you want to send them? This is interesting, right? So at the moment, when people log out, we send them back to login page. That's fine. But what you can also do, and this is a way to squeeze another sale in, when people log out, you can choose custom URL and you can send them to another sales page for, like, let's say $1 trial to something else, right? Let me give you a more practical example. You know you can be InstaSuite affiliates as well. I'll post information about that in the group another time. So you know that you can be InstaSuite affiliates as well. So when people log out, why not use your affiliate link and send them to the sales page, right? I'm just saying, just giving you an example, because that might give you an additional sale that you otherwise might not have had. As soon as someone logs out, they're taken to the sales page. They might buy, they might not buy, but regardless, it's okay. You might end up making some additional money. Just think about this for a second, right? Let's say you sign 100 people into your membership in a month. All those 100 people at some point will log out. They will click log out and they will get out outside the membership, which means that you will have a 100% hit rate to the sales page of your choice. It doesn't need to be InstaSuite. It could be any sales page you choose. It could be your own as well. Then even if out of those 100 people, within a month, 10, maybe 20 people buy something from you at, let's say, $20 a month, that gives you an additional $400 a month for doing literally no other work, right? So that's one way that you can use this redirect thing. And again, this is all about basically sales, making money in whatever way you can. So that's what you need to do as well. In this case, you just need to set the redirect to a page where they can either go back to the login or you can upsell them something else as well. All right, so you can do that as well. Now, the other thing that you need to do in this case, let me go back up, is the emails. So email is where you set up a welcome email, you set up a confirmation email, forgot password email, purchase receipt email, cancel subscription email. Now, again, I want to show you the selling opportunities here. This is quite easy to set up. You put your address in, you put all these basic details in, you connect with your SMTP, fine, welcome, confirmation. But here's the cool part. When you send someone a welcome email, you can say, hey, thank you for signing up as a member on this site. This is your username and password. This is where you need to sign up. This is where you need to log in, and we want to give you something additional for free. Thank you so much for being our customer. We really appreciate you. We love the fact that you trust us. Go download this package. There's no opt-in, nothing. We just want to show you our gratitude. Thank you very much. Right? That's the welcome email. Same thing you could do with, let's say, cancel subscription email, right? So if you sign up people on a monthly subscription, and if they cancel, you want to send them an email, hey, we're really sad to see you go, oh, I'm so sorry, hopefully you come back. But what I can do right now is I can make you a special offer, right? So let's say if someone signs up for $27 a month, but they cancel. They're like, oh, I want to cancel because I'm not getting enough value out of it anymore. You can say, that's fine. But what about if I give you a lower price plan? Right? So you're paying $27 a month and you're getting, let's say, 4 new trainings every month. What if I only give you 2 trainings and that's $13 a month? Would you like that? Maybe that person will say yes, maybe no. But if they say yes, that's again putting more money in your pocket. So again, this is more kind of application-based thing. Can you see here how you can use this to make additional money on top for every person you sign up? What do you think? Do you like this strategy? Let's see. Alvin, can you answer Michael's question at 306, please? Because I don't want you to skip questions here if you have time. Please. Let me see if there's another question I need to answer. When I send someone to my site, is there a way to not show the InstaSuite.com portion of the URL? Alvin, again, could I please ask you to answer the? So you did the training on domain mapping, so we know you have the tutorials. If you could just link to that instead of me going to that, that'd be awesome. All right? Let me know. Okay. All right, great strategy. I really like the cancellation trip. Is it possible to use InstaSuite for drop shipping items? Ragini, no, it's not. This is not built for e-commerce. I mean, you can still collect payments, but again, this is for another time. But I want to focus on the membership side today. The short answer is no. Long answer is in a way, but not for this call. Okay? All right. Now let's go forward. Let's go into Form Editor. This is where you collect details, right? So some of you, not everyone, some of you might have a way to SMS people, right? If you want to do that, you can collect phone numbers as well. If you maybe want to send flyers, a T-shirt, anything, you can also collect their address when people register. If you want to see what their website is, you can also collect the website details. So this is very important intel that you're getting from customers, which you otherwise wouldn't get. So use this area to collect more information when people register. Okay? Now let's go into step number 3, actually. Before we go into 2, let's go into 3. I just want to show you this. So this one is choosing a theme. We have a few different themes available. Whatever you choose, you can customize. So you can click here and you can change the colors. Let me show you. You can click here and you can select which page shows up, a dashboard page or the product page shows up. I would always say dashboard because, then you have an opportunity to sell more that people haven't purchased from you. Then you can also have, you can change the themes. There are different themes options available, right? So you can change the themes there. There we go. Right. Then you can also change the background. And for background, what I would recommend is something that has your own image on it as well. Right? So like a very branded background where, let's say, your image shows at the back of this. That would be awesome. You can change the background colors as well. Same thing with the header. You can change the logo. I've just put a simple Institute members area, InstaSuite. Members area, you can put in image as well if you want to. It's up to you. Same thing with the footer. It says, see, the ear is wrong. You can change that as well if you want to. I think you should be able to, but I think this is to be changed somewhere else. But this is for colors. You can change the button color as well if you want to. There we go. Save settings. And we're good. We are done. Let me just go to webinar. Okay. And there we go. So this is done. Let's go back into our panel. All right. So as you can see, this is how easy it is to choose a theme. The next step we'll go into is setting up a product. I want to take some questions now, but the next step that we'll talk about is setting up some products. Let me see if the questions have been answered. Okay, Eric, you asked, Alvin, can I get you on call right now, please?
Hey, Neil, yeah.
Yeah, could I please ask you to link Eric, who messaged at 307 to the tutorials page? Because it's covered there.
307, yeah, just a lot of, let me just backtrack a bit. Let's see.
Just,
there we go.
I want
Okay,
to focus on the trainings, please, yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah. Now, someone said, can we have the option to have more products in there? Unfortunately, at the moment, the only thing I can recommend is using let's say, the Pro option. But if you have something, more customized that you want, could you mail support, Jerry? Because I can't resolve your question here. Could I ask you to mail support with that, please? Is that okay, Jerry? Let me know. All right. Okay. Okay. Let me see if there's any question I can answer. Robin, the tutorials page is right over here. So all you need to do is you need to go into the software and you will see the tutorials page here. Curious about things other than products, say job posts or career opportunities. Eric, I don't follow. What's your question? I don't quite follow the question, sorry. Can we make InstaSuite create a member account automatically for a free product purchase? I know it creates already after paying a product, but I've not found a way to do for free products. German, there is a way. I'll talk about that. Let me make a note of that. Free product registration. I'll talk about that today as well. Okay. Then, can we download a CSV file with mobile phone numbers? Rosa, at the moment, actually, you cannot download a CSV of the members, but it's already a feature request, so we'll be building that up later on. Okay. Dennis, so you're asking about the Insta series. Can I ask you to please mail support if you didn't get access, because we will have to send you access to that. So could you please again mail support desk? Alvin, could I ask you to please message Dennis the support desk address? Dennis, you can also find the support desk address here under Help Center. Okay, let's see. Eric says, like, I'm not necessarily selling a product for a price point, but getting people to apply for open job opportunities. Eric, you're more likely to much better off using a sales page. You don't need a membership site for that. Okay. But I won't talk about that right now because that will be taking me away from the core reason for doing this. So it's out of scope what you're asking. But if you have questions, please post it in the group and I'll be happy to comment on that. Okay. I don't know if it's possible, but the left panel text is too dark. I think many of us, Olgi, I'll think about this. It's the style that we chose, but I'll talk to Susanna to see if we could change it. Okay. Alvin, can I ask you to just give Eric your details, your personal details? Alvin.
Yeah, sure. Doing that now.
Yeah, okay, great, thank you. So let's go into creating a new product. So I'm just going to go in and add a new product here. And let's say if I want to this time build, what could I build? I could, let's say, build some training on how to, Alvin, you can mute yourself as well, please. How to fix a bicycle, right? So that's my training. I'm training people on how to fix like DIY bike fixing, right? So let's say DIY bike fixing. So I'll call it that. and I'll say this is a 6-video free DIY bike fixing course that teaches you in simple steps how to fix your bike. Yeah, it's simple enough. I want to collect the money in USD because my account is in USD, so I'll pick that. There are other currencies as well that you can pick depending on your account. And this is important. What is the sales page for this going to be? So we assume that the sales page for this is going to sit inside of InstaSuite, right? So what is the sales page of this going to be? That's what we recommend. Of course, you could do whatever you want, but that's what we recommend. So I could choose, okay, let's pick, I don't know which sales page this is, but let's say upsell number 1. You can put in a product image as well, so it looks nice. You can do all these different settings. You can have a contact support link. There's multiple different things. When you're done, click next. Then you have the payment options. Now let me actually there show you integrations. So within integrations, you will see that we have many different payment collection opportunities. We have PayPal, we have Stripe, which are direct. We have affiliate networks like ClickBank, Deal Guardian, JVZoo, Thrivecard, Zaxa, and Warrior Plus as well. So we have these different platforms. Now the difference in them is that when you use something like ClickBank, Deal Guardian, JVZoo, let's say, you end up paying for it for every transaction that you make. Thrivecard is different because I think they opened up at a lifetime license. Zaxa is monthly. WSO Pro, I think, is transaction plus some fees as well on top. So they're all different, right? And then on top of that, sometimes you might have additional fee like PayPal fee as well. Of course, you have Stripe fee as well. But then you can also use Stripe with Zaxa. You can also use PayPal with Zaxa. So it's a little bit convoluted. But if you're completely new, if it's your first time doing this, either use PayPal or Stripe. Those are the two things that you would need to use. We might add more networks to this in future, especially for markets outside of US and Europe. So we might add some things for India, some things for Nigeria, and some things for South America to expand into those markets. But those are the two bare bones ones that you need. So when you hook it up, let's go back here. When you hook it up, you have then the option to either integrate with PayPal or Zaxa in this case. Let me show you what happens when I integrate with Zaxa. So I'll click this and I will click next. Now, I can put in a product name, right? I can put in the product description. Again, I'll talk about it specifically because in this case, one product can have sub-levels, right? So let's say you decide to do, or I'm doing a training on how to fix bikes. So I could have one training with 6 videos. I could have another with 12 videos, which is more expensive. I could have another with 24 videos, which is even more expensive. So I could do that here, right? So I could say bike training, 6 videos. Let's do this. And let's say this is free, for example. Anyone from public can purchase this or members can purchase this. And that's fine. Let's add another price variant. So in this case, I'm going to put bike training 12 videos. This is paid, let's say. In this case, I'm going to charge $19, right? Anyone can purchase this. Let me post this here as well. Great. Then I could add another one. I could say this is 24 videos, right? So this one, maybe I will do recurring. So I will say it's subscription. There's no trial, or maybe there's a trial, up to you how you want to do it, but there's no trial, but it's going to cost $9 every 1 month. And it will recur, let's say, 5 times. Anyone can purchase this. That's it, done. Now, before I click save, I need to put in the Zaxa details. So Zaxa itself gives you, for example, product SKU. I think SKU is an e-commerce term. I can't remember what it means now. I'm sure one of you will remind me, but you can use that. You can choose the price number as well. Again, this information is available from Zaxa. So when you integrate with things other than PayPal or Stripe, you will have to fill in additional details because we need a way to communicate with Zaxa or JVZoo or ClickBank. But if you use PayPal, it's straightforward. But let me create product. I think most likely it might not work the way we want. It's saved, but honestly, as I'll show you here, we haven't put these details in. So we haven't put Zaxa details in. So I'm going to deselect this and select PayPal. Click on update. That's done. And let's see. Let's go check this one. There you go. So now I have a PayPal order button, right? Let me go and open this up. So when I go here, this is the payment button. This is the buy button that you see on a web page. So when I go here, oh yeah, of course, the product, I haven't activated it. Let me just go back and do it now. So I'll go here and let's activate the product update. And now this will work. Okay, so now that I've activated the product, now it's asking me to pay to get access to these 12 videos that I was promised, right? $19 is what I'm paying. This is DIY bike fixing course. Item number 405 doesn't really matter, but it's 19 USD. If I go back to this page, and if I go back to prices and levels, then for this one, it's $9 per month. Let's check out what happens when I use this button. When I use this button, you can see it says 9 USD for each month for 5 installments. So $45 is the total payment for this course, right? So that's a payment button as well. The default is the free option, but I could make this the default option as well. Okay, but this is how you set up the prices. And then you go and you do actions. I'll talk about actions in a second, but any questions so far that haven't been answered, please let me know. Yep, Oliver says stock keeping unit. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, let's see. Any questions that I missed? No, I think Alvin's doing great there. Perfect. Perfect. If you integrate Stripe, would you have the option to choose Stripe? Oliver, definitely, because we haven't integrated Stripe in this account. We don't have that possibility. But if you integrate Stripe, yes, you have that possibility. Greg, the PayPal plus affiliate option works, but we're not doing the affiliate module today. We're just focusing on the membership module, but I'll cover affiliate module in another call. Okay, cool. Is there a way to integrate these membership sites within existing WordPress websites? Eric, no, because the only way to do that is domain mapping. You have to understand that we have built our own levels of security and safeguard in place. If you are asking us to kind of put our content on another website, just give it up. We won't be able to do that because it's very protected. And doing that would jeopardize your business as well. So we wouldn't want to do that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, great. I think it's fine. No more questions about this part. Now let's go into actions. This is where the magic happens. This is where we get a little bit advanced, but we get really, really clever with this, right? So here's what you can do. When someone signs up, if they purchase, let's say, the 6 video plan, 12 video plan, or 24 video plan, then you can do one of these 4 things. You can, number 1, add them to an email list and or autoresponder. So let me just pick this. You can choose an autoresponder of your choice, including InstaSuite, right? So if I choose InstaSuite, I can add them to one of these. Let me just do this, postpone. Okay, I can add them to one of these lists right over here. I can choose, let's say if I have GetResponse hooked up, I can put them in one of these lists as well. So when you basically sell something, you can automatically move people to an email list. For all intents and purposes, I'm going to use a list inside of InstaSuite itself, right? So I'm going to use, let's say, Systemized Lifestyle, because I think I might have some emails within that already. So I'm going to use that one. Anyone who signs up, gets added to that list. Any price level, doesn't matter. But I want to do more. So I'll click on Add New Action. Let's say if they purchase any price level, I want to then register them to a webinar as well. Why not? Just like you're on a webinar, if you can do webinars, you want people to be on a webinar as well. So you can do that with this one. So you could choose a webinar service. We have few integrations. You can choose go to webinar, and okay, we haven't integrated in this account yet, I guess. But when you do, you will see all the details here. What you can also do is you can give customers additional access to other products. So think about this for a second. If someone buys a product from you, you can say when you buy this product, when you buy the 24 video pack, we'll give you an additional product as a bonus. So instead of making them sign up for it, you can just click and you can create access for them with this as well, right? Let's add another action. If someone signs up, then we can apply or remove tags. So we can give them tags. And tags would be good later on when we're doing, because this is something we want to also connect with the email marketing. At the moment, it's not, email marketing doesn't use too many tags, but in future, we'll be able to with that as well. So in this case, when people sign up, we add or remove tags from them. Okay. You could also do this. When people sign up, let's say, to this package, then you can add them to a different list, right? So you can market to each package differently if you so choose. That's entirely up to you as well. So this is kind of a little bit more advanced, but you have to think about it. You have to visualize the journey that your customer will go through. If they just sign up for free, what do you want them to do in the next 30 days? If they buy the best package, what do you want to do with them for the next 30 days? So think about that. And add them to different lists based on their actions. Does that help, by the way? Let me know. Joe, we don't have integration with Easy Webinar at the moment, but I think someone has already put that as feature request. Alvin, could you also link to the feedback portal for if anyone wants to leave feature request there? Okay, I do not understand what you mean by tags. I can talk about that soon. Can you show the webinar options again? Sure. Let me just do this. Those are the webinar options that you can connect with. So what I mean by tags is, let me put it like this. Joe, if you buy a product from me, which is to do with bicycle repairs, I can tag you as bicycle. Then if next week you buy another product which is to do with let's say car repairs, then I can tag you with cars. So when I'm mailing you, let's say and again, this doesn't exist yet because this is more advanced and we want to build it in future. When I want to mail people who have both car and bike tag, I can mail just you. I don't have to mail everyone, right? Or if I want to search for members who have a particular tag associated with them, I can search for the members accordingly. So it just makes basically, it's like color coding things. Like I guess I do it, but maybe you do as well, that if you want some kind of notes, if you create some kind of notes, you create the urgent ones in red, the less urgent ones in green, something like that. It's the same thing, tagging. Okay. Michelle's asking, any plans for Zoom webinars? No, because it's not, I don't even know if they have an API. I mean, by all means, put the, Alvin, could you please share that link with everyone, the feedback link? By all means, let us know within the feedback list, add that feature there if you want something, but we will only do it if there's enough interest. I mean, really, if there's enough interest, otherwise there's no point for developing something just for the heck of it. Okay. All right, so let's go further. Let's go a little bit deeper. This is good, but just sit down and think about it. Like, you don't have to complicate it too much, but just think about it. What journey do you want to take the customer through when they sign up with you for free, for a paid option, for a really big paid option? How do you want to treat them? And I mean, of course, you want to treat the customers nicely in every way. That's okay, not like United does, but you do want to still give customers maybe a little bit of different story based on what they bought. Right? So if you think about it as well, if you paid me $1, if you paid me $1,000, I will talk to you differently. If you paid me $1, I will try and convince you to pay me 1,000. If you paid me 1,000, I will try and convince you to pay me 10,000. So the approach will just be very different. Do your marketing the same way. Okay. The next thing then is content. Content. Yeah. So with the content, I'm not going to go too much into how to do different things. Now, I will say that the drag and drop part is really awesome. I will show you that. But there's so much still that I want to do there. And I know some of you know this, like gamification, getting people to mark when a chapter, lesson is complete, stuff like that. So we'll build in stuff like that slowly. But for now, I want to just quickly show you what that looks like. So let's add a new module. So when you add a new module, you will get an option to change the module name. So I'll call this module 1. Let's say checking for holes in your tire. Right? So this is, I guess, TYRE, I'm probably misspelling it. This is the module name. This is the slug. So slug is like the URL that people will see. You can edit module description. In this module, we'll talk about blah, blah, blah. You can put in a thumbnail image. That's fine as well. And then at the moment, you can see this is in draft mode. I'm going to turn this into publish. So it's ready to go. Let's view this as well. There you go. At the moment, there's no lesson in here. Right? We've literally added no lesson in here, so there's nothing to see. But you can see that this course has appeared. If I go even further back, you'll see that we have InstaSeries and we have this DIY bike fixing course as well. And the annoying thing about this flow, user flow at the moment, which I really want to get changed as well, that if I want to go back to where I was working, I have to find the URL again. There should be a button in here to take me back straight to the URL, which is really annoying. So let's go back to set up products, and let's go back to DIY bike fixing, and I'll go into contents. So yeah, let's add a new lesson now. So I'm going to add content. Again, whenever you see this kind of text with underline, you can change it. Lesson 1 could be, let's say, getting, I don't know, hole puncher, whatever. Now I'm just writing stuff. I can't fix my own bike, by the way. But getting a hole puncher, right? You can change the lesson slug as well, but it really doesn't matter. It's unique. This is cool. Who can view this? Public can view this. Members can view this. Now, why should you choose public? And this is a great strategy as well. Let's say you have a really, really good course that you want to sell, but you know that you can afford to give away some videos for free. What you do is you make those videos public, so people can still come in and watch those. Because that way, at least you build trust with them. They don't need to sign up. It's kind of open, so you can choose that. But in this case, I'm going to choose members. And this is, for me, the best part of this platform. If I click on this, now I can either choose to have this video only for one of the paying group, or all of the paying groups, or multiple paying groups. So I can say, okay, I only want this for the 12 video people for some reason. Or I only want this for 24 video people. Done. So what's going to happen now is that this, let me just save this up, let me update this. So this is going to show up only for people that have, in this case, 24 videos. Right, so if I go view, at the moment you'll see there's nothing to view because we haven't really created any content here. But if we did, then only people who have this access will be able to see it. I can change it again if I want to. Now let's go in and edit this content. And again, I'll show you this part quickly because it's quite self-explanatory. Just like the landing pages, in this case, you can drag and drop stuff. There we go. I put 2 images. Let me just delete this one. I can drag and drop videos as well. So I can click here and I can choose to embed a video from YouTube, Vimeo, right? Or if there's an external source as well, I can do that. I can format this. I can put margins, again, change the gap sizes, all of that. I can do the same thing with the images. I can drag and drop these additional things here. Let's drag and drop this. This is a button that you can put in. You can customize this button as well. Let's make it large. Let's make it wider. There you go, stuff like this. So you can do a lot of different things with your membership sites, but trust me, I want to do more still. You know, we're just getting started with this in a good way. It works well, but I want to take it even further. Okay, this is a box. So if you want to put some text in a box, you can do that as well. I mean, it just looks neater sometimes, you know, so you can do that as well. You can have these kind of lines, so you can put spaces. You can also put like vertical spaces, so there's more space. And let's drop some more text right here. So there you go. These are all spaces, right? So this page is done. I'm happy with it. I'm going to click Save. And I'm just going to check what it looks like in preview mode. Okay, there we go. If there was a video that will show up here, there's a button, there's some text. I mean, it's all in order. It's what I would expect from this. And let's exit out of here. That's it. Our content is created as well. The other thing you can do as well is drip feed it. Remember, people ask me, what about drip feeding content? Can we do that? Yes, click here and you can enable drip feed content. You can also enable expiration. So maybe you want the content to expire after a certain amount of time. So let's say you want the content to expire exactly on the on the 30th of April. You can pick that date here. You can see on 30th of April, this content will not be available anymore. That's fine. You can drip feed it as well. So you can say that this content should appear 2 days after the purchase or 2 days after a fixed date. So you can do all of that. What this allows you to do is it allows you to build retention over time. So let's say you have a course where you're charging $27 a month. What you don't want to do is deliver, let's say, all the 100 videos at once. Because here's what's going to happen. Number one, people are going to feel very burdened. They're going to feel very tired and overwhelmed by all the content that you have. So you don't really want to do that. The other thing is that people will feel that they've gotten all the 100 videos, they've seen everything, they don't need to continue paying you anymore. So you don't really want to do that. Then in that case, drip feeding works really well. So you asked me about strategies, well, that's how it works. Okay, let's save our drip expiring settings, it's done. Perfect, we're good to go. This is our first lesson done. I can add more modules, I can add more content within modules, so more lessons. Easy, straightforward. But please ask me if you have any questions and I'll cover them now. Okay? All right. Can you have downloads in a lesson? Yes, you can. So as I showed you, you can have a URL button. You can also hyperlink that to a download thing, or you can just put in text and hyperlink that as well. No navigation menu, Greg. Yeah, I want that too, dude. I hope dude is okay, but I really want a navigation menu as well. So that's going to be one of my key focuses starting next month, to get some better navigation within the membership sites, and that would be like really, really awesome. Does a document need to be hosted externally, or can I add that to InstaSuite? Oliver, you do need to host a document externally. We don't host any of your content. Greg says functionality is great, cosmetics need a little work. Definitely, Greg, I agree with you. Functionality works really well, it's simple, but we could improve the cosmetics still. I mean, you can remember, if you have, let me just go ahead. Let me look at this content. If you have more lessons, it will show up here. Let me add another one, add another piece of content and another, and let me make them available. There we go. There we go. And let's update the product, and let's update this page as well. So when you have more lessons, this will show up here. So people can go through the lessons like this, right? So they can browse through the lessons, but I know I would like a menu on the left here as well. That would be quite nice. The other problem there is that it would reduce the size of this window. So, you know, there's some drawback there too. Pros and cons, I guess. Okay, let's go back to the questions. Okay, I'm just going to go a little bit up. Can I offer either a drip feed, or if someone is in a rush, can I have it all at once? Oliver, yeah, it's up to you. You can choose either drip feed or give them all the content in one go, but it's per membership, so you can't do that per user. You cannot say that, okay, one user gets it like that and the other like that. It just wouldn't work. Okay? No. Alvin, I think you answered Melinda's question wrong. So Melinda asked, did you say there was an option to unlock the next lesson only after the person clicks that they have finished the current lesson? No, Melinda, that option doesn't exist. If you want to recommend that, you know where to put that in. There's drip feed option, which happens independent of the actions that your customers are taking. But if you want that option as well, please recommend that to us, and you know we'll consider that. Oliver, no, a customer cannot choose if they want drip feed or not. It doesn't work like that. That's a bit too advanced. I don't think we'll ever do that. Okay. If I have completed pages using Instability 2.0 on other sites, will there be a capability to use export feature to import into InstaSuite? Daniel, unfortunately not, because they are based on a little bit different frameworks as far as I understand. Okay. How can you protect your own membership videos from being downloaded if you want them to stay secure inside the membership site? Hendrik, you cannot do that. That is impossible. I can go to Google right now and I can show you download YouTube videos. Right? I can also show you download Vimeo videos. I can also show you download Vistia videos. Download S3 videos. It's impossible to protect your content. It really is. I mean, and I'm not, you know, don't stop that from creating stuff, please. Don't let that stop you from producing stuff. It's it's a lesson that I give to everyone who is kind of starting out but is unsure, that they feel that they don't want to create something because it will be pirated. Yeah, it will happen. It's happened to me as well. It'll happen to you as well at some point, but that's okay. You want to focus on people who actually care, and you want to deliver some good content for them. Okay? All right, let me see. Are these videos that are publicly viewable get indexed on Google so people can view and can ask to buy the whole course? And that's correct. If a video is publicly viewable, then yes, it will be indexed by Google. Where do I store PDFs for download? But I would recommend Amazon S3 or Dropbox. Up to you. Or Google Drive as well, I guess. If you enter notes, who can see these notes? Just a student, or can the admin see it too? How about other students? Also, a very good question. Let's check that out right now. I think it's best if I show you that in action, then try and answer this. Let's go back to lesson number 1 and say, this is a test for Neil. You can always test this yourself, by the way, right? So this is a test for Neil. Oh, I can't post note as an owner, I guess. So if you are a student, then you can post a note. I can't remember now if the admin can see your note as well, note or not. I really, really don't remember. I really don't remember. But again, this is something I would like to improve. It's a bit vague at the moment, right? They should only be for your viewing, so you can come back and check later. But if you have more recommendations, Oliver, you know where to go and recommend them to us. Okay? Instead of placing menu on left, try placing menu on top. That will not change the width of the video. Robert, brilliant idea. Thank you. We'll consider that. So to add PDFs, will I just put a link in the text box? Yeah, Melinda, let me show you that. Okay, let's go back in, and I'll go back into contents, and I will quickly edit this one. All right, so there are 2 ways I can put the link. So I can take this text, for example, I can edit this, and I can select, let's say, all of it, and I can hyperlink this, right? So http google.com. So that's a link, obviously. Then I could also click here, I could click edit here, and then the target URL is where you put in the link. Google.com, open in a new window, save, done. So if I just refresh this, let's go down. There you go, that's hyperlinked, and this is hyperlinked as well to Google. If I click here, I end up on Google search. So Melinda, I hope that answers your question. Let me see. All right. Regarding illegal downloads, if someone wants to get away with it, they will. Most people won't, so don't let this be a barrier. Exactly, I agree, and that's the positive mindset I want you to have, please, everyone. I mean, really, people will steal stuff. It happens to me as well. It still does. It's unfortunate. But please don't let that stop you from making money online. Please don't let that stop you from living your dreams. Mohammed is asking, how far are we from the quiz feature? Mohammed, very far. We haven't even considered it yet. We are still collecting features. We are still fixing important issues within the software. So any new features are still on the table. We haven't actively sat down to consider them yet. Okay? Just to be completely transparent about that. All right. By the way, Everlesson lets you drip per member if you choose to. No, Jerry, I didn't say, I said it's impossible for us to do. So when I said it's impossible, this is, okay, listen, here's the thing. Everlesson is a great platform. I think I recommended it to my customers in past as well, but we're not competing directly with Everlesson. We have 5 other things that they will never have in the same way. Similarly, we won't have all the features that Everlesson has. So, Karthik is a good friend of mine. He's like my best friend. But I don't want to promise you something and then not deliver. So I'll be very honest. There's some things that we just might never consider developing because we don't think it goes that far. I mean, listen, they are working full-time on just improving one thing, which is membership. We are working full-time to improve 6 things. So our goals are different. Just to be transparent there, just so you understand our reason here too. Okay? Ellen, when you say when we'll be able to use different languages, in what context? Because you can use different languages already. If I go here, let me just go in here and edit this, I could put in, any other language I wanted to. This is Spanish. So you can still customize the front end as you want, but the back end will always be in English, as of now. Okay? Can you add code into the page, for example, triggers for Thrivecart? Liane, sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I don't understand. What do you mean, can you add code into the page, for example, triggers for Thrivecart? I don't know what you mean, but please explain more. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Can we ask questions that the participants answer in the notes section? So instead of notes, a series of questions. Melinda, I love that. I love that feature idea. Could I please ask you to go into the feedback area and recommend it? Please. I would really appreciate it. I think it's a great idea to get feedback on the course as well. How can I update the footer text from 2016 2017 for some template? Was not able to edit the text for footers. Okay, let me see this because I haven't done it myself either. I think it's more, I have to see. Like this one, I know what you mean. I think it might actually be within, let me try and exit this. It might be even further out. So if I go into membership setup, I have to get back to you on that. It's a very good question. Alvin, could I please ask you to make a note of this so that we can figure out how to change the footer text at the bottom of the membership? Okay. Alvin, I would appreciate if you jump in and let me know if that's okay, because I wouldn't know otherwise.
Yeah, sure, Neil. Yeah, sorry, I was typing in some stuff.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. So, okay, here's another thing you can do with membership side. You can still add elements here as well, but I'll let you figure this out yourself because I think this is kind of just, it helps you customize more, but that's up to you. So I'm just going to exit now. Let's see if there are more questions. There are quite a few, so let's see. It would be Scott. Okay, anyone who's asking for integrations, please go to the feedback place. And Bilal and Alvin, please just directly link people to the feedback page if they want to leave feedback. Yeah? Okay. When will the different languages be added to the software? Ellen, I think I looked at the question already, but let me know if I missed something. Jerry, got it. No problem. Jerry, I think our wires were crossed. So I think we just miscommunicated on that cannot be done part. Yeah, Mohammed Ali says every lesson focuses on membership only. InstaSuite is more like ClickFunnels. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we like ClickFunnels. We have more modules, but ClickFunnels is older than us. Okay. Mirna is asking a very, very good question. I love it. So let me answer that. If I'm not an expert in my niche, is it recommended to gather content from other sites such as Reddit and modify it, use it on our own sites? So Mirna, this is more of a strategic question, and I love it. So let me answer that. So if you're not an expert, there are a few ways in which you can approach this. Number one, you can partner up with an expert, right? So that's a possibility. You find an expert who has good content. I mean, you can even go to YouTube and see if they have good content on something you like, right? So you can go to YouTube and you can say, let's say you want to collect content on SEO basics, for example. You can pick one of the persons, Michael Kohler, and you can contact him and say, Michael, I'm creating a course on SEO basics. I would like you to be part of that course as well. So you can reach out to 10 people, you can collect different modules and bring it all together. Alternatively, like you're asking, can I collect stuff from Reddit and modify it and use in our sites? Now, Mirna, let me explain this. Most of the content is not unique. It just is not unique, which means that it's always duplicated from somewhere. What I would say, instead of just gathering and copying and pasting, like I know you said modifying, but adapt it, customize it, make it more specific. I'll give you an example. Let's say you are building a site for real estate advertisers, right? Instead of going to Reddit and searching for real estate advertisement, search for advertisement and think about if it could apply in real estate or not. Right? So think about that. Just customize it a bit. I think it's completely okay to borrow content, but you should do it in a way so it has your own personalization to it. Okay? All right, let me see if I go further down. Okay. Yes, Scott, I think you already told me that when you search for something, it crashes. That's fine. But try create an account there. But yeah, let me know. I just made 2 recommendations. The feedback page, looking at requests helps me understand the problem, understand the platform. Mark, that's great. Let me see. Can you incorporate quizzes into the membership area? So Eric, that's again, it's already been asked, so we'll consider that in future. Yes, we will consider that in future. It's a neat way of serving a PDF, for example, as well as selling additional items. I don't know what you mean there. Sorry. Maybe you can ask the full question again. Where can we put downloads in the membership area? I don't think I saw that. Jerry, the downloads sit with you. They don't sit with us. So they could be on Amazon S3, Dropbox. We don't host anything except for maybe images. Okay. Holger, I cannot show that anymore. I don't want to go back on the training. Please watch something that you missed. And let me see if there's more specific thing though I didn't cover. How do you show the client how they can upgrade? Okay, Holger, that's a good one. So I can show you that because I didn't show that yet. So Holger's asking, how do you convince clients to upgrade, right? So here's what I can do. Let's say DIY, I go back into DIY bike fixing, and this lesson number 1 is for 24 videos only, and this one is for, let's say, all in this case, right? And this one is also for all in this case. But then remember, this one is only for the 24, right? And let me think. Let me change this to be for 6. So this is the free buyers. These are the free people, but I want them to consider buying this as well. But the problem is that the free people don't even see this lesson, right? Then they won't be tempted to buy it. So what I could do, I could create a dummy lesson. So let me create a dummy lesson here. I'm just going to add content and say, all right, lesson number 1, getting a hole puncher. D is like, let's say, for dummy, right? D for dummy. I'm going to make it members, and I'm going to say, okay, both 6 and 12 will see it. Say yes, right? I'm going to edit this and say, let's go in and add, okay, let's edit, and I will say, you don't have permission to access this. Please click here to purchase. Right, so this could be the sales page. So this could be, okay, there we go, save. It's done. I could make it even bigger. Let's say heading 2. I could centralize this, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. It is done. Let's save it. So when someone lands on this page, and if they don't have access to this, it will say you don't have permission to access this. Please click here to purchase. I don't know why it just left justified, but this is what you can do, right? And when people click here, they'll be taken to the sales page of your choice. So it's a very, very good idea to do this, and thank you for reminding me about this. This is a way in which you can get more, basically, to, you know, you can make more money to get by getting people to register with you by kind of, you know, teasing them like, hey, you could have access to this, but you have to first buy it. Okay. Okay. Lion is asking, autoresponders let you add a code section also. I need to trigger external software. An example is a new wave in Facebook message integrations. Lion, I don't think I've heard about it, but this is a bit more complex than to discuss on a webinar. If I could ask you to please send in a support ticket and we can sit down and look at it in more details. Okay. James is asking, can we share funnels between users? Not at the moment, James. We're looking to do that in future as well. I think someone already recommended that. Am I allowed to use InstaSuite videos as my own? Example, edit and cut out sections of InstaSuite videos to use. Kim, why would you do that? Is that for the agency license? If so, no, you're not. I mean, we recommend that you sell it the way you want rather than using InstaSuite. I mean, it's always much better to drive traffic to your own content than ours, long term. But if you have to, I guess it's okay. Just, you know, I don't want someone complaining to me if they say that you're spamming them. Just remember that. When you partner up with an expert on a specific niche, is there a service or software where you can easily divide and share their 50-50 profit split automatically? Hendrik, very good question. At the moment, it doesn't exist inside of InstaSuite, so a partnership thing doesn't exist. In future, it will. And actually, you can recommend that as well. I would ask you to recommend that. But we do have, you can use something like JVZoo or Zaxa or ClickBank, and you can then do percentage share. Okay. Peter's saying it's great stuff, but going fast. Peter, I apologize. I hope you guys can look at the replay. Would PLR products be great for new content? Dennis, I wouldn't strongly recommend it, but if you're in a bind, yes. Okay, here's how you can use PLR. This is a good way. I would say use PLR as a gateway to a free membership. But I know people use PLR to sell that as well. So it's really up to you. It's really up to how mature your audience is in a market. For example, if I look at PLR in the IM community, like SEO PLR, Facebook PLR, it's very basic. People don't like that anymore. Okay? So people don't like that anymore. Instead, what you can do is you can actually try and use PLR as a gateway and then sell on something more. It's up to you. I'm just giving you a suggestion. All right? What ways could we help to make video-based training courses more engaging, i.e. in the 24 video bike fixing, what ways would you make it a better customer experience rather than just watching videos? Oliver, it's a good question. It's a tough one because, listen, all the video courses, okay, this is how it is. This is how it is. And I've gone through many video courses in my life. I still do every Friday. I put it aside just to learn new stuff. So every Friday, I focus less on execution and more on just absorbing new things. The only time I really go through a course is when I really want to. So the only time I sit down and watch a course is if I know I will get value out of it. I don't care if the person's, if it's a talking head video, I don't care if it's PowerPoint. As long as I get something valuable out of it, I engage. So for me, it's about value. I think gimmicks are exactly that. They're gimmicks. You can do quizzes. I mean, not right now, but in future when it's there, you can do quizzes to engage people more. You can, maybe we should even build a functionality, and Alvin, maybe you can please note this down while I'm talking. We could build a functionality where you can email users, you know, when you add a new lesson, so you automatically send them an email. You could do that in future. I mean, I would like to see that. So Alvin, maybe you can make a note of that, and we'll implement that in future. So this is the kind of thing that you can do, to engage people. But really, to me, like I said, it comes down to the quality of content. But I will say this, Oliver, and this is nothing against our customers or your customers, but typically only 40 to 50% of people log into a members area to watch a product. Typically, could be higher if the product is really good, if the vendor is really good, but typically that's the rate. Okay, Leonardo, I won't go into the affiliate program today. I won't go into that today. That's not the focus. Another time, but I promise I will go in depth. Do I need to purchase service space or hosting in order to use the email functionality? Scott, yes, you do need an SMTP. So SMTP is like, I can't remember what it means now, but it's like the thing that sends the email. Let me give you a very bad example. When you write a letter on a piece of paper, that's what InstaSuite is. But when you have to post a letter, you use the postal service. Postal service is like the SMTP. They take your letter, they deliver it, and they tell you it's been delivered. So yes, you need that postal service. Can I have a PowerPoint slides to create a course in InstaSuite? Ragini, I'm sorry, I don't follow. What do you mean, can you have PowerPoint slides? No, oh, okay, can you embed PowerPoint slides? Ah, it's a good feature actually. I like it. Ragini, could I ask you to please leave that in the feedback portal as well? It's a very good idea. I'm thinking of moving this domain to InstaSuite. Greg, it's fine. I'm not going to look at one-on-one things today. What happens to the other 50 to 60%? Do they never access the product? Yeah, Oliver, they never do. They never do. I mean, or immediately access the product. And it's happened to me too. I mean, literally, I have purchased 10 products, but because of how busy I am, I've only really looked at 2. And I'm sure, Oliver, if I ask you to check back as well, maybe you don't want to, but if you think back to how many products you purchased this year, how many products did you actually log into and use? Think about that as well. Mohammed, sorry, expand on what? You're saying expand on that. Guys, please do note that if you ask a question, please ask a full question, because I'm going through the list one by one. So if you ask an out of turn question, I wouldn't know what it is. Okay. Can you give a roadmap for InstaMate? I can't, because that's not our product, but InstaSuite. I have to say I'm very happy with the software and I would like to know more. If you can't say today, share when possible. Leonardo, of course. Listen, I don't know if you're part of the Facebook group, but I would recommend you to. We're very active there. I share as much as I can over there, and I will continue to. But I mean, we have a roadmap in mind, but it's, you know, it's quite often it's a moving target. And I want to make sure that whatever we do doesn't negatively impact on people who are already in. So, you know, it's like this. We have to develop so that we can continue to sell, but at the same time, we can continue to work with the current customers so they can get results. So roadmap depends on what we want to do and what you want us to do. It's a combination of both. Okay. All right. Let me see more questions. Raul, we don't have information in Spanish, but please join the Facebook group. There are people there already talking about it. I think he meant about the tutorials. We don't have that, but please join the Facebook group. People are talking about it. Does the product automatically show up on the sales page? Expand on the answer, which was, it depends. Ah, okay. Let me think. Sorry, what product automatically shows on the sales page? I don't. I'm really sorry. Maybe I'm missing something. But when you say, does the product show up automatically on the sales page, what do you mean? Again, I'm really sorry. Maybe I missed something there. It's so much going on. All right. Are there any example pages that have been built with InstaSuite? I'm excited to start building and would love to see how others have used the product. Scott, join Facebook. Ask inside of Facebook. This is perhaps not the right place. We built the InstaSuite sales pages with InstaSuite, so you can already see that. But if you want to see something more specific, please join Facebook group and ask there. Okay. Will my user integration help with cosmetics? Greg, on the sales pages, yes, but not inside the membership area. But that's a good idea as well. I'm going to note it down. Usign plus members area. At the moment, we've restricted it to landing pages, but we could add it to members area as well. Hey, Mauricio. All right. Regarding strategy, when a member unsubscribed or stopped their monthly membership to your membership, do you stop your email marketing to them, or what are the options? Henrik, it's a good question. So here's the thing. Typically, when someone unsubscribes from your membership, the autoresponder is not advanced enough to take them off the list as well. Because it's like this. The email list exists independently of the membership site. Both the entities are kind of independent. We can look at connecting them better, but at the moment they are independent, which means that your campaigns will continue to go out. Okay? So your campaigns will continue to go out. But I guess we can look at this in future to see if we can improve the connection somehow. It's a good idea. It's very, very advanced, though, I have to say. I mean, literally, you know, I need a PhD to do this, and I'm waiting to finish my PhD, so maybe you'll have to wait with me. But I think it's good, but it's very advanced. Because the problem is this, right? So when you start stopping and starting and moving people from one list to the other, you know, automatically, a lot of things change behind the scenes. Your marketing message changes, and you know, the sequence changes. Things can really go out of order if you're not clever about it. So that's a very, very difficult thing to address, even for us. Okay, Neil, one night when you're bored, would you make a 30,000-foot overview video for those of us who are really newbies? But yes, Eric, I would love to do that. So let me make a note of that as well. Yes, Eric, I would love to do that. Thank you for asking. I'll make a video about that perhaps over the weekend, if that's okay. I think I'll have some free time over the weekend as well. Okay, cool. So no, Mohammed, good question. Products that are created in the membership pages, do they automatically show up on the sales page? No, they show up in the dashboard, and here's why. because sales pages are completely independent of a product. I mean, sales page, you need to put so much thought into writing. There's no point creating an automated sales page from a membership product. Of course, you have the members area, and that's fine. But a sales page is really more as a sales tool. And I know every lesson do this. I know because every lesson have this feature where you do a product that creates a membership page, a sales page. I mean, again, Karthik is a really good friend of mine, but I think that feature is not really very good. I think your sales will suffer if you use that. I mean, I would really strongly advise, as a copywriter, I would strongly advise against using, pages that are generated with very limited knowledge. They don't convert that well. They just don't. Okay. Can you show and give me an idea how I can do a PLR membership site? Jose or Jose, I can't. I mean, it's just like if you have content, you just need to put the content in. It's just as simple as that. Okay. How do I sell products within the funnel pages? I mean, let's say I want to add products to sell and charge. Is that possible? Okay, so let's go back into InstaSuite now, and I want to show you, I think Mohammed had this question earlier as well, and I want to answer this as well. What if I want to sign up someone for free and add them to my membership site? Right, so they shouldn't have to create an account, but I want to add them to my membership site. So I'm going to go into Funnel Builder, but please understand I'm not going to answer any questions about this because it's not really necessary. I just want to show you this particular part, right? So let's say you have, and it says sales page, but assume for a second it's an opt-in page. So if you have an opt-in page, what you can do is you can ask people to sign up, you can collect their lead, and when they sign up, you can automatically register them for a product as well. So for example, I could have an opt-in page where I say, hey, sign up now to get my free 6-part series about how to fix your own bicycle, right? And I could go here and I could add a form, drag and drop it here, let's say, and let's just get rid of this so there's no confusion. Okay, sign up here and they will automatically send you access to the 6 videos. So when you do that, here's what's going to happen. You will select within this that this is the form. For integration, you want people to also be registered as a member for this product, right? So just by doing that, when someone signs up, number one, you register them for this membership. Then you also sign them up to a webinar and subscribe them to a list. I mean, that's just, you're doing so many different things in one go. You're doing 3 things. Setting them up as a member, registering them to a webinar, and then registering them to a list as well. And for someone who said, I think again it was Mohammed, what about the selling it? Here's what you do. You grab a button. So if you go to the button, you drag and drop this here, right? You choose this, and for the URL, for the action redirect to URL, you use this, the PayPal link that we got earlier. I have to go back in and get that. Just give me a second. Okay, there we go. So I'll grab this PayPal link and I will put this right here. Click Save, click View, and while I wait for this page to load, interesting. Okay, pause this. Let's make sure this is okay. I think there might be a delay on this one. Let me see. I think I put a delay. Yeah, there we go. So that's now if I, okay, I'm back here. There we go. If I click here, it goes straight to PayPal. At least it should. There we go. So that's how you put in the buy button in place like that. Okay? All right. Question regarding autoresponding. Now, I do have to apologize to everyone because I think I'm really, really sorry, but we won't be able to get to autoresponder today. And I'm really, really sorry. I really wanted to, but it's a bit late here. I mean, I'll continue for another half an hour, but still, I want to talk about the membership site. So we'll do the autoresponder another time, and I hope that's okay. But let's focus on the membership site for this session. Now, question regarding autoresponder. Is it possible to take action based on user behaviors? Not at the moment, Richard. It's not that detailed yet. In future, we would like it to be, and I want it to be, but it's not that detailed yet. I did not get the idea of the domain I can use. Can I use my own domain name or subdomain from your domain? Jose, Alvin, can you please answer that question? I think you should just be able to link to the training there. But I did not get the idea of the domain. You can use your own domain or you can use our subdomain. It's entirely up to you, Jose. German, I'm not going to try it now, but if it doesn't work, let us know and we'll investigate that. So if it's a bug, if you think something isn't working as expected, this is not the right time to bring it up. Because even if you do, like I said before, I work with the technical team once a day. I call them up once a day. I'll bring it up with them then. It's better if you just go straight to support desk if you find there's a bug or an issue. Okay, no worries, don't be sorry. Please don't be sorry about pointing an issue. It's completely fine. I really appreciate everyone who points out issues and who's patient about it. So don't ever apologize for being right. You are right. I'm just asking you to do it a bit differently. That's all. Okay. Does InstaSuite opt-in integrates well with Facebook contests like Woolbox does with Facebook? Ragini, I haven't tested it. I don't know. But give me a better example and I'll tell you. I haven't tested it though. All right. All right. Let me see. Yeah, Andrea says it's too much for this webinar. Could be another with other topics soon. Yeah, we'll do another one on Monday, coming Monday. Okay, how can I create digital products and content for a monthly membership site? Do you have any suggestions? Konstantinos, do you mean more strategic question? Is that a more strategic question? How can you create, as in how do you go about it? Like how do you come up with ideas? Is that what you're asking? Because if that's the case, I have to apologize. I cannot answer that question because that's actually covered in Insta series. And if I answer that now, then people who paid for Insta series will not feel valued enough. Okay. But Greg says, okay, if it's a more strategic question about how to have content on site but not publish it, Greg says, keep them in draft mode until the month comes. Or like we said before, drip feed it based on a specific date. Okay. All right, let me see. Okay, I think we had a few more questions that I want to go through which came up earlier, and if I miss something, I'll come back in a second. So someone said, I think it was Bert or Oliver, I think, who said, for membership sites, what are the best way to build and manage a membership site? I would say add content weekly, trigger a new email when you add content, and this is a feature that I would like to build in future, and also collect payments monthly, right? So don't just do one time, but collect payments monthly. So the best way to build and manage a membership site, okay, I'll give you this technique, which I do all the time and it works really well. Let me see if I can open up the forms PowerPoint. Is that PowerPoint? Yeah. Okay, I'll show you this. So what I do is I use Google PowerPoint, and this is something I cover in more detail in the Insta series, but I create all my training like this, and I record all of it in like one go. So I will sit down and record, just like I'm doing this webinar, I will sit down and record, 1 hour of training. Then I take that 1 hour of training and break that down into, let's say, 6 videos or 7 videos. And once I do that, I can then drip feed that content over an entire month, for example. So it'll take you an hour. I mean, it'll take you maybe 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours to prepare it, an hour to do it, another 2 hours to render it or give it to someone in your team if you have team members, and you're done with the content. So you create a month's worth of content within a day. That's what I typically do. And that's what I would recommend also for the best way to build and manage a membership site. Do monthly, charge monthly, have a free gateway. I think someone said they want a 30,000 foot view. This will cover that, but have a free gateway, number one. And then number two would be, after that, charge people, and try and charge monthly as well. Try and charge monthly. Then I think Oliver also asked, it would be great to hear how you would recommend using the power of the tool to simplify membership business and let it run on autopilot. So I showed you drip feed feature, right? Use that to your advantage. Create this training as I've shown you, and put it in already, but drip feed it on specific dates, or maybe after when people sign up. Don't give them all the content at once. And you would have noticed this too. If you got InstaSeries, you know I haven't given you all the content at once. Because if I did that, you would be overwhelmed. You wouldn't come to this session. So you want to make sure that if you want to automate it as much as possible, you plan in advance. You build that content, you put content in, but you don't release it till a specific date. When it comes to, let's say, emails, you can use emails as a powerful tool also to continue to sell people better, right? I mean, autopilot is, you will still have to spend time on creating content, you will still have to spend time on marketing, but InstaSuite really puts everything on autopilot with the drip feed functionality, with the content expiring functionality. You can do that as well. Okay? Now, how to best set up drip feed content and sequence email thread to support. I'll cover this next time. The sequence email thread, like I said, is a little bit tougher still. I mean, you can do it, but you really have to plan in advance. So you can do it in a way so that, okay, I'll tell you now, but when someone signs up to your membership site, 7 days later, you release a new piece of content. And then also same day, you send them an email saying, hey, I've just released a new piece of content. You can go and check it out. Again, 14 days later, same thing happens. 21 days, same thing. So you can set things up like this, but like I said, you need to plan in advance. You cannot assume that you'll just come up with something when the time comes. You need to have like at least a month worth of emails already in. Okay? Then I think rest of the questions were about email sequence, so we can cover them another time. Yeah. But let's talk more about membership. Let's talk more about how can we make it even better for you, and what else would you like to do with it? Okay. Eric says that's such a great idea. I guess that was something else I said before. But any other questions, please let me know. How do we know when all the training webinars are? So I think, let me see if I can open this page because I had some problem earlier. Yeah. Alvin, can you share your screen and show where the webinars will be, please?
Sure, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just grab a screen from you real quick. Alright, 1 second. Alright, so guys, if you can see my screen, just give me a quick yes. In the chat, you see the dashboard right now. So all of the webinars are going to be added within 24 hours. You can just log into your account, and you should see tutorials here. This will open up a new page here, and all of the webinars, or all the training webinars rather, will be added here as well. So since this is our first bonus webinar, we're going to add more stuff here, and each one is going to have a different date so that you can easily navigate through which one is you want to watch as well. All right, so I hope it's clear with everybody where the tutorials and the webinar replays is going to be at.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Alvin. I appreciate that. Now, what I want to do still, I want to, oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but this page was created with InstaSuite as well. So we're not using any external tools. We're not using any external utilities. Every page that you see, with us has been created with InstaSuite. So that's important to know as well. Except for the feedback page, that's an entirely different theme. It's a different program altogether. But okay, let's talk more about memberships. Let's think more about what we can do. Let me give you an example here about Alvin. I think you can give me the control back if it's okay. Okay, so while Alvin does that, let's talk more about creating content, right? I'm going to give you another strategy if you're not an expert in your market. So let's say you go into dog grooming market for whatever reason, you go into that market, but you have no knowledge about it. Here's what you can do. Go to Amazon. Okay, it says co.uk, that's fine. Go, let's say up here, I'll put dog grooming. And what we're looking for in this case is Kindle books, actually, or books of some kind. So let's see if I can find them. If not, I'll go more specific here. Where are books? Books. Okay, dog grooming. So dog grooming for dummies. Check out that name, Margaret S. Bonham. I'll just copy paste that name here in Google. So she's there. Let's see if we can find her. Okay, this is her page. There you go. I can contact her via that, right? So I don't know if you saw this, but I'll show you again. If you would like to contact this author or request him for an appearance or an interview, you can contact this. So I can contact Margaret, and I can say, Margaret, I have, I'm an online digital marketer, let's say, and my core strength is helping knowledge experts to create courses that they can sell, e-courses that they can sell and generate residual income with. Don't sound spammy, but but what you can do is you can make it sound as if you can really help them. And I mean, I hope you can help them as well. But what you can do is you can take all their knowledge, everything they know, and convert that into content that people can absorb. It doesn't need to be video content. It could be text-based content as well. That's fine. But you can take everything they know and turn that into a membership site. Okay? So that's one way to do it. You find the experts and you go and talk to them and you team up with them. Okay? All right. Scott, we don't host any of your videos or your pages or your videos or Word documents. So there's no storage that we provide for that. It's all on Amazon S3 or Dropbox. Those links come from you. Okay. Okay, great. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Okay, then the next thing is, this is one way to find experts. You can do the same thing with YouTube. So if I go back to SEO basics, if I go back to Michael Kohler, let's see what Michael Kohler has. He has a lot of videos on SEO. Maybe he's already an expert. Maybe he is, right? But I can still reach out to Michael and say, hey, Michael, I've got this platform. I've got a customer list of, let's say, 50,000 people. If you do, don't lie, please. But if you are already good in a market or some market, but you need more content, you can reach out to them and you can do like a publishing deal with them. There's a company called Mind Valley. Mind Valley. They do exactly that. They do publishing deals with people. So people who are really good in their niche, in transformation education and so on, they work with them. They give them like some royalties on all the sales, but they publish the course under their branding. So that's more of a publishing model. You can go down that route as well. Again, it's not going to happen overnight, but when it does, trust me, people will be lining out the door to work with you. All right? Yes, so when you work with an expert, do you offer them a commission from your sales? Yes. And Glenna, the cool thing is this, that you can actually not only get them to create the content, but you can also market the content to their audience. All you're doing is you're being the strategic person behind the scenes. And for that, even if you get 20, 30%, that's pretty good. All for setting up a membership site for them. That's it. That's all the work you need to do. Now, the other thing you can also do, and this is an idea I experimented with in past, but I haven't recently, if you're in local business especially, you could, let's say, you could reach out to 20 different, what are they called? Bridal salons. So, where women go for, the word escapes me now, women go for getting makeup done before getting married. So you can mail all of them, and you can say, hey, I'm publishing a book on, what do most brides do before they get married, right? So I would like to interview you. I would like to ask you 20 questions. If you can give me answers to those questions, I can compile them into a book. And I'll be happy to give you a free copy of the book as well. Then you basically send this to 20 people, and hopefully you'll get 5, 6, or maybe even 10 responses. You compile those 10 responses into a book. You publish that on Amazon as a Kindle book or even a hardcover book. And there are ways, I can't go into it right now, there are ways for you to order those books for cheap. I think it's using CreateSpace. But you can do this and you don't have to create any content. You can give them a free copy or a couple of free copies or 3 free copies, and you can even give them a copy with their brand name on top of it. And you can say, hey, I can sell you 100 of these at a discounted price. And you can make money on that as well. So this is more of a, how do you build content if you are not an expert yourself? That's what you can do. Okay. All right. So if you have any other questions, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If not, then we'll end today. But like I said, I'm here for however long you need me. What are the trending topics for 2017? Jose, what market are you in? It depends on the market, I guess. I mean, politics is always trending, but it's more of a debate rather than, someone sitting down and watching. So what kind of market are you in at the moment? And if you have any other questions still, please let me know. We'll do, like I said, the next session on Monday. Then we'll focus on emails. I want to leave the funnel builder till a bit later because, that's kind of a more, I think, advanced thing. So if you're not in any market, if you don't have a market yet, Jose, Alvin, can you take over the screen and show where the first webinar replay is? Because I covered markets in there, and Jose, I would strongly recommend you watch that training. Okay. Ragini is saying, Neil, I have a couple of Kindle and CreateSpace books, so I will use them inside InstaSuite membership site. Ragini, sure, you can break them up into chapters, and you can put that content inside of InstaSuite. You can take the content from the book and convert it into videos and put that content inside of InstaSuite. So there are many different ways to, duplicate content, but in different media. Melinda's asking, so do they leave the InstaSuite website to watch the training videos? No, Melinda, they stay in there. They stay within the membership site. I noted you work with GoToWebinar. Do you also work with Webinar Jam? James, no, I don't do that. I don't work with Webinar Jam. Okay. Alvin, can you please, again, take over the site and show Jose about the first webinar replay? Because that's going to be important for him.
Sure, give me just 1 second.
Can you provide any VA or outsource contacts that know how to use InstaSuite right now? Konstantinos, I don't have team available right now to give you any contacts at the moment. We run a website called jobrack.eu. Let me just link that here. If you want to hire someone from Eastern Europe, I would always recommend that. I think people from Eastern Europe are very good. They're very good at what they do. So, I would recommend something like that if you wish to hire people. But Jose, so that's the place. You need to go watch that webinar. I think it's the first one, Alvin. April 4th. Yeah. So Jose, you need to watch that webinar because I cover some very important things there that you will need. Okay? Perfect. So any other questions I can answer, please let me know. I'm more than happy to. Alvin, if we can one more time drop the link to Facebook group and the feedback form, that would be great, just so people have it. Okay. Okay, just a second. Any other questions? Please let me know. I'm here. If not, like I said, we'll end early, and that's fine. Alvin, can you mute yourself, please? All right. Okay. How does this compare to Convertri? Scott, okay, Convertri is just a landing page builder or a funnel builder. InstaSuite is 6-in-1. It has 6 different components. And I hope Bilal or Alvin can copy-paste an answer to you that we've been telling everyone. It has membership site builder, funnel builder, support desk, affiliate network, blog builder, email autoresponder, all in one. Convertri is only funnel builder. Okay. All right. Any other questions? If not, I really appreciate it, and I hope we've had a good attendance today. I really hope that we'll see you on the next session as well on Monday. And this will be available right where you can see the screen right now. This will be available right here, underneath April 6th. Okay. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate everyone being on the call. I hope you got some good value out of it. If you have any feedback about features you would like to see, you know where to put them. If you come across any issues that you don't expect within the platform, you know how to contact us. Just get in touch with us, stay active within the group. I want to make sure that you get results. That's my goal. I want you to tell me within the next month, Neil, I'm making good money now. That's my goal with this. All right, so we'll implement fast. If I can give you, let's say, some homework from this session, right? I want you to set up, okay, let's do that. Is it okay if I give you some homework? Can I ask you to do some homework? I know you're busy, I know Easter's coming, but you should have a few days, so I hope you'll take action on this. Okay, here's what I need you to do. I don't care whatever kind of membership site you create. I really don't care if it only has one video or if it has 100 videos, but I want you to create one. I want you to set it up, and I want you to set it up for free. Don't charge for it yet. Just set it up for free. Is that okay? And then when you set it up, share your registration link with me. I'll tell you where to put them. There'll be a specific post. Share your registration link in there, and I'll give you feedback. Okay? Cool. And I'll do that before the Monday's session. So before the Monday's session, I'll record a video personally going through each and every of your registration links, showing you the process that a customer has to go through. I can give you feedback. Maybe while doing that, I'll come up with new ideas that we could add to the platform, but I need you to do that. Okay? Can you email the homework to us? Yes, I will. I will do that. I will do that. What do you recommend for creating a video? Michelle, Screencast-O-Matic is nice. I know these days people are using Loom, so there are many different platforms. I like Camtasia. I mean, it's a little bit expensive, but I think it works quite well. Okay. Neil, when do you get around to making the newbie video we spoke of? Eric, over the weekend, mate. Over the weekend, definitely. I mean, I need to plan it out a bit more though first. Cool. This is Al Harrow. Hey, Al Harrow. Yep, I will do the homework. Perfect. Great idea on the homework. Appreciate it. Great. I mean, I really want you to take action with this. Please understand that my goal is to help you make money, because if you do, you'll stick with me. If you don't, you will leave. Right? So I want you to stick with me. All right. So let's catch up again on Monday. Till then, have a great Easter break, and stay active in groups, stay active via emails. Let me know if you need anything, and I'll be there for you. All right. Take care. Bye.